Hi folks, Buffin here with your Antifa News Briefa for October 4th, 2021. Facebook is down. Facebook is still down. This is probably the 5th or 6th hour that Facebook has been down, although they're already lying about it. And there's a message if you try to go on Facebook that says, we're sorry. Some people have just experienced an interruption in service for 2.5 hours, making it sound like it's over at 2.5 hours. Well, it's already been 5 hours. I don't know if they've updated that message or not, but basically trying to make it sound like it's less time and less people, when as far as I know, it's a worldwide outage. I don't know. Let me know in comments if anybody still has Facebook today. It's now almost 4:20 Mountain Time, so happy 4:20 and 6:20 Eastern Time in America. I think it's been out since noon Eastern Time, so maybe over 6 hours. They're lying about it, and they're lying about the length of it, and they're lying about the extent of it. And they're probably the ones who turned it off. Now, why would they turn off their own thing? They're probably losing billions every minute. And hopefully the advertisers and stuff who have paid with Facebook will sue them, and it'll end up like shutting down the company entirely, because people will, all these different companies will have suits against them, or they'll refund their money or something. But that's one way that in some corporate measure, Facebook could be overtaken, which whoever overtakes Facebook, good. It's better than who's running it now. But I've been calling for nationalize Facebook, see that hashtag nationalize Facebook, because it needs to be taken over by our government for what it did to our country. So Zuckerberg needs to be arrested. Joe Biden, you need to arrest Mark Zuckerberg for what he did to our country by getting Trump put in office, by spreading lies about the Trump virus and vaccines, by spreading lies about stuff to make people afraid of vaccines, basically, and spread the Trump virus. So these people are evil. They're all doing Putin's bidding, and we've got to stop them. So it's good news that it got shut off today. Coincidence that came out, that Facebook gets shut off the same time that a whistleblower's report comes out against a whistleblower from Facebook against Facebook, saying that how evil their stuff is. Even on NPR, which is admitting Facebook is one of our sponsors, at the end of their story, they say they have a Facebook spokesperson saying not all of the company's reports say that the platform is harmful. That's the best thing they can say for their own company, their own internal spokesperson in this time of crisis. The best way they can spin the story is to say not all of our company reports show that our platform is harmful, meaning most of their company reports show that their platform is harmful, not all of them. So they know, and of course we know that they know. We know that Zuckerberg was lying about it. It's like, what? We could affect the election? He's just playing stupid. His vice president had hired an Israeli intelligence agency to cover up the story about Cambridge Analytica. A year before it broke, 2 years before it broke, he'd hired a company to cover it up. So they knew about it at the vice president level. Zuckerberg knows what it's being used for. He's probably the one who pulled the kill switch, because they're probably cleaning it up now. All the more reason why you need to go ahead and seize Facebook, arrest Mark Zuckerberg, and look into all the stuff they've been doing before they clean up their files. I imagine that's what they're doing today, or maybe they just shut it down to stop things like the Pandora Papers story from spreading, or their own whistleblower story from spreading. Maybe that's the only reason they shut it down, but it seems like a bigger deal than that, considering for hours and hours, and they've been losing all this money and risking losing more, and for those same hours they've been lying about it and saying, oh, this isn't happening to everyone, and this was done in 2.5 hours. Well, still isn't done as far as I can tell 6 hours later. Hopefully Facebook doesn't come back, at least not under Zuckerberg. Hopefully if they revive everybody's content, you get your pictures, and because I haven't made a lot of great status posts on Facebook. I'd like to see those again. I'd like for the world to be able to see those. Hopefully they'll get all that stuff back. But again, nationalize Facebook. Have governments run it. USA doesn't have to run it for the entire world. USA can run United States Facebook. Other countries can run their Facebook. We'll patch it all together and have it be a way of coordinating. What we need to have is a global response to environmental crisis, climate catastrophe, and this Trump virus genocide. We need to have, ending the scourge of militarism and poverty and racism. We need to work together to end all the bad things, And having Facebook could be ideal to do that. Unfortunately, evil people have been running it. So once we start running it well, or letting each country run it and have like an oversight UN type Facebook for the whole thing, it'll be fine. But we need to seize what's been there before they delete all their files and evidence, because it seems like that's why they shut it down. It's just so they can try to clean up their act, because they're getting caught. So good news is they're getting caught. Don't let them get away with it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Oh, and I had to gloat because I made a video 7 hours ago, or 8 hours ago, I forget, about arrest Mark Zuckerberg, arrest Trump, arrest Putin. So I love it when a plan comes together. Thank you, fairies. Thank you, goddess. Thank you, all people, for being involved in this. And just thanks to all the magic in the world for helping bring down all this evil in the world. Let's get rid of it. Thank you.